Welcome to Gaia's Grove, where we explore the mysteries of nature, magic, and personal growth. I'm your host, Johnathan Thompson, and today we're celebrating one of my favorite holidays, Samhain. This ancient pagan holiday marks the beginning of the winter solstice, a time when the veil between worlds grows thin and we honor our ancestors. As we gather here today to celebrate Samhain, we come together to honor our ancestors, to reflect on the cycles of life and death, and to welcome the coming darkness of winter. This ancient pagan holiday marks the beginning of the winter solstice, a time when the light of the sun begins to wane and the veil between the worlds grows thin. Samhain is a moment when we are reminded that our lives are not solely defined by our physical existence. Our loved ones who have passed on before us are still with us in spirit, waiting for us to acknowledge their presence and to honor their memories. It is a time when we are encouraged to look back on the past year, to reflect on our relationships, and to seek guidance from those who have come before us. Honoring our dead. As we gather here today, let us take a moment to remember those who have gone before us. Let us light candles in their memory, and let us share stories of their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. For it is in remembering our loved ones that we come to understand the value of life, the fleeting nature of time, and the importance of cherishing every moment with those around us. But Samhain is not just a day for honoring the dead. It is also a day for reflecting on how we treat one another while they are still with us. As we stand at this threshold between life and death, let us ask ourselves, how have we treated our loved ones who are still here with us? Have we shown them kindness, compassion, and love? Or have we taken them for granted, assuming that their presence is a given? Let us take a moment to think about the relationships in our lives. Are there those whom we need to apologize to forgive, or to cherish more deeply? As we stand at this threshold between life and death, let us commit ourselves to treating one another with love, respect, and kindness. Welcoming the dark. As we welcome the coming darkness of winter, let us not be afraid. Let us recognize that the darkness is a natural part of the cycle of life, just as it is a natural part of our own personal journeys. The darkness can be a time for reflection, contemplation, and introspection. It can be a time to seek guidance from within, to explore the depths of our own souls, and to discover new aspects of ourselves. But let us not forget that the light will return, as it always does. Let us welcome the return of the sun, the warmth of its rays, and the joy of its presence in our lives. And let us recognize that this cycle of light and darkness is a reflection of the cycles we experience within ourselves, the ebb and flow of our emotions, the rise and fall of our energies, and the growth and decay of our own personal wisdom. Loving one another. As we stand at this threshold between life and death, let us commit ourselves to loving one another more deeply. Let us recognize that love is not just a feeling or an emotion. It is a choice, a decision to prioritize the well-being and happiness of those around us. Let us choose to love without condition, without expectation, and without limit. Let us remember that our loved ones who have passed on before us are still with us in spirit, watching over us, guiding us, and loving us just as much as they did when they were still physically present. And let us recognize that this love is not limited to those whom we know and love. It is a universal force that connects us all. Conclusion. As we close our eyes today, let us take a moment to breathe in the energy of Samhain. Let us feel the presence of our loved ones who have gone before us, and let us honor their memories by treating those around us with kindness, compassion, and love. Let us welcome the coming darkness of winter, knowing that it is a natural part of the cycle of life, just as it is a natural part of our own personal journeys. And let us commit ourselves to loving one another more deeply, recognizing that this love is not limited to those whom we know and love. It is a universal force that connects us all. Prayer. As we stand at this threshold between life and death, may we remember those who have gone before us and honor their memories by treating those around us with kindness, compassion, and love. May we welcome the coming darkness of winter, recognizing its natural place in the cycle of life, and may we find guidance and wisdom in its depths. May we choose to love one another more deeply, without condition, expectation, or limit. And may this love be a source of strength and comfort to us all, now and forevermore. May our hearts be open, our minds be clear, and our spirits be guided by the light of love. Blessed be thank you for joining me on this episode of Gaia's Grove. May the energy of Samhain stay with you throughout the coming year, and may you find guidance and wisdom in its depths. Blessed be. And if you want to get a hold of me by email, I will have it in the description down below.